All right. So this is one of my Christmas joy, 12 Years of Christmas by Clown Shoes. The next one's going to be Baked Goods, a pale ale. And I am more of a pale ale lover and fanatic. It was still doing great for a long time. And then IPAs really took over, and then doubles and triples and a dry hopped and all that. And I love it. I get it, it's cool. But then it ends up taking away the pale ales. And that's disappointing. But this one has a nice story. Apparently, they named their Drade. I don't know if I said it right. It's that weird little creature right there. Very creative because he's on a hoverboard experience with clown shoes on. So he's focusing on a beautiful, tropical, not too much bitterness or minimal hot bitterness, a smooth malt body, making a good companion for any baking experience. So, yeah, this looks amazing, and I'm ready. I'm ready. There we go. Ready to go. Ooh, looks like a very light, more like pale wheat or a nice pale rock. Definitely a little haze, a little beautiful right there. They're not as heavy. They still have hop flavor. I love pale ales. They really got me more into the understanding where the hops was coming from, because you still have plenty of the hops in there and get all the aromas, all the flavors, all the bitterness, all the complexity, and have more time to actually process it or connect. Because the hard part is really getting the ideas to connect on how you're describing it, so that someone can hopefully have it and understand the same thing. And that's where you get those crazy pineapple, passion, guava, strawberry, mango, melon. It's not literally the fruit, but the oils in the wonderful hops are able to just have an array of aromas and flavors that just capture that part in your brain, that connect with that. And then you're like, man, it does remind me of that. This is so amazing. It's so good. And definitely the malts and the sugars and everything can help. The alcohol can help elevate it, sweeten it, take it there, let the bitterness stand out, tone it back. Just tons of things. There's a million ways to go with it. And these are the ones I really believe that people need to find and go with for a while before jumping to IPAs, because those drastically spike into bitterness. Grapefruit's the one where I can start enjoying it, but when it's too strong, that's, my brain and body says no. It's perfect. It's just a nice mellow melon, almost like pineapple. There you go, because it just said tropical. It's like lemony citrus, but no sweet. It's like when you bite a fruit that's not ripened yet, but it's still enjoyable. It's not offensive. Like, oh, close enough. I'll enjoy this. Just, yeah, right there. And the malt, obviously, the malt body they made really just carries it, so it lingers across. Boom, finish. Almost tangerine like. Very, yeah, very casual. The bitterness is very present. It's not super floral, and it doesn't linger too long. So for someone that really wants to experience that part of it, that's the part where you need to see where your taste buds are at, because either you're not going to really get it as intensely, and therefore you can handle more concentrated hop flavors because that bitterness won't really affect you as much. You get it, but some will offend you and some won't. That's just your average person. And the ones that usually don't like beer, the bitterness is just off the top. On average, it's a super taster. You're just super sensitive to bitters. Usually that's just a protection so that you can detect poisons, things that are not good for you. So it's a trait in your genetics that helps you be more aware of those flavors in case it's something that's not right. And so for things like this that are just casual and you're enjoying them, you don't get to enjoy them. The ones in between, you can naturally, depending where you're at, the area, it can be a little more sensitive or a little more enjoy, where it can handle it a little bit more. And for people that don't really don't really feel too much of that bitterness, I'm not sure if it's just because the genetics don't allow it, or if you just have that lineup where your body can like tolerate it. Because sometimes there's just things that one person can handle, the other one can't. And so you have it. We're not really sure specifically why it does it or has it. I feel it just helped you to adapt, to have more foods, to expand, to move forward, to be able to have the energy to do that. So it's a good thing, because right now we can control all this. So just enjoy a good beer. Very nice. And this one's sitting at 5.5%. So not super strong, not super boozy. It's not a regular Bud Light. It's not a regular lager. It's not a super strong brown ale, heavy ale, but it definitely has lots of flavor. And you can just hang out, and it's not super light. So for some people, especially me, light beers are cool. You know, I use them. Obviously, I'm trying to save some money too. But you end up drinking way too many just because they don't fill you up as much, especially when you're younger. These ones are a little bit heavier, tend to linger a little more in your taste buds, which is enjoyable, and then in your stomach, so you don't feel like you're just like constantly trying to fill it. Like, oh man, I'm not hungry, but I'm not quite enjoying myself. I'm not full. For others, they react too much and they don't eat a lot or something, and naturally when they feel this, they feel full, they feel bloated, and so this usually draws them away from beer. So this will definitely let you know where you're at on that, on all that, if you want to enjoy that. And so yes, you can enjoy light beers, and then you may not like heavier beers at all whatsoever. It just makes you feel too bloated or gassy, and that just happens. But for the ones that don't have that problem, you're enjoying this beautiful pale ale, beautiful tropical notes, still lingering, love it. The bitterness fades away, and as I'm talking, I'm still getting little notes of the citrusy, a little vibrant, little melon, little hanging out, little almost like passion fruit in the background, just lightly, but not offensive at all, and it's nice. So I'm enjoying this. 2 thumbs up for this one. Perfect. I miss pale ales. I want more of them. I do. I try my best. But for now, this will be one. If you enjoy it, great. If not, move on to the next one, and we'll find something for you. But until then, let's keep looking.